someone who loves the change into a new season. It's such an exciting and inspiring time. So I like to do a couple of spreads in my journal to signify the change in season. I tend to do my TBR for that season to figure out what I'll be reading during that time. And I also like to create a spread with some intentions and activities I want to try, and they're usually linked to that season too. If you're new here, then welcome in. My name's Lizzie, and welcome to this cozy creative corner of the internet. I'm very happy to have you here, and if you're not new, then welcome back. As always, I'd love to know in the comments what you're up to whilst watching, as I'm sure there's plenty of people doing something creative also, or maybe you're just cozied up somewhere on the sofa. So for the first spread, we are going to be making my spring TBR, and as I said, I like to kind of just decide on my books for that season. I mean, I'm not saying I necessarily stick to it, but I like to have it there because it just gives me some ideas on what to read. And I've kind of gone back to my original TBR for the year, so I made a 25 books for 2025. So there are some books from there, but there are also some new books that are not on there, so it's going to make it even harder for me to complete my TBR. But as I said in that other video, I'm not going to stick to it. It's just kind of there if I'm not sure what to read. So for the books, I am reading Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I have got it from the library, so I have both of the physical books. And whilst I was journaling, I also started to listen to the audiobook. So I'm not going to talk too much about my thoughts on these books because I'm sure I will do some reading journaling about them in the future. But I did put a story on my Instagram to say I wasn't too sure whether I wanted to finish them, because I think I'm just used to reading like too high stakes in lots of fantasy books, and these are obviously very like cozy books, and I haven't really read like a cozy vibe kind of book before, so it is my first time, so I'm not entirely sure how I'm feeling about them right now. So I might continue to just listen to the audiobooks because I like to listen to them when I'm driving to work and home, so I might just tackle that series via audiobook, and then I will read a physical book alongside it. But I don't usually read more than one book at the same time, but I feel like because Emily Wilde's is quite easy to follow and kind of just go along with, I will be able to do that with this series. So if you can see my TBR now, I have also got another Ali Hazelwood on there, which is Check and May, and that is because it was basically 99p on the Kindle store. And if you've been keeping up with my videos, I'm kind of in my Ali Hazelwood season at the moment, so I've been reading a lot of her books, so I figured I might as well throw that one in there. And then I also really want to read Riftborn, which is a fantasy, and it just sounded really interesting, and a lot of people said that if you like Metal Slinger and you like Fourth Wing, then you would really like this book. So I was like, yep, I will add that one. And then I've seen a lot of things about Heavenly Bodies recently, and it just seems like such a nice story, and it said there's a lot of like tension in the romance, so I was all about that. And then I also added another romance on there, not a fantasy, which is First Line Caller, and that's quite a new release, and I've heard lots of good things about it, so yeah, I added on that one too. So for the actual spread, I wanted to obviously really signify spring and just kind of make that really stand out in my journal. So I used this huge sticker, which you might have seen in my journal say stationery haul, and it is one of my favorite stickers I've ever used. I was so very close to hoarding it forever, And then I remembered that I'm not doing that anymore. And if I put it in my journal, then I still get to see it all the time. And it's in this beautiful spread instead. So I decided to take the plunge and just use it. And I am so happy that I did. I think it's just so gorgeous. I don't know what it is about the sticker that I love so much. I just love it. So that was kind of the main centerpiece for the entire spread. I do also have a discount code for an affiliate code for Journal Say, so I will put that down below and link any items that I use from there, but the gold butterfly stickers and fern stickers are also from Journal Say. So I was just kind of decorating the left hand side, mainly around this sticker. You'll notice as well when I'm journaling, I tend to add stamps and small details on the background, and I don't really plan out necessarily the collage too much before I start sticking it down, or if I do, when I actually go to stick it down, it ends up looking completely different. So sometimes the stamps and things get covered up, but that's why I just kind of add a lot of little details, and then it doesn't matter too much if I lose anything, and I can just go back and add a little bit more detailing somewhere else. So I decided to also add some really cute green sparkles with one of my new green gel pens, which I've been really enjoying using writing in my journal because I like to make the ink match with the season too, where possible, so that was really nice to do. And then for the lettering, I decided that I wanted to use stickers this time and not do my own lettering, so I had these gold stickers which are also from Journal Say. And if you are new to my channel, I had a big stationery haul and I recorded it all, so that is why I have so much Journal Say things at the moment. And then I just kind of curved it around the top of the sticker, and I wanted it to say spring, and then I wanted to just have TBR on the other spread above the books. So I just think it's a very nice small lettering, but with the gold foiling it just kind of brings the whole spread together with the gold from the holographic sticker and the butterfly wings. I do think as well that the Emily Wilde series is just so beautiful, as in like the book covers, and I definitely get why people really enjoy it, and a lot of people have actually recommended it to me because they obviously know that I like to spend a lot of time in the forest. So if you are new here, then I live very close to the forest, so I go there most days, and when I can I will just spend time in there just enjoying nature and kind of listening to the birds. So I really resonated with Emily because of that, because she obviously talks about documenting nature and all those things, and that is something that I always like to do in my journal. And I guess that's why I really enjoy documenting the seasons and how the seasons progress, and just kind of, I don't know, feeling much more connected to nature and the world around me when I kind of just like follow along with the seasons. I don't know, it's just very inspiring for me during seasonal times, and I just love jumping into the new season. So the change from winter to spring is definitely one of my favorites. My most favorite is summer to autumn. That is my favorite seasonal change, but yeah, second favorite, winter to spring for sure. For the second spread, I am doing a spread all about my spring intentions and activities, and this is something that I have done the last few seasons in my journal, and it has been really nice because I don't necessarily stick to it. I tend to put a lot of things in my journal that I don't tend to stick to, but I feel like if I kind of made those rules for myself, I would kind of stop journaling because I would be scared to put things in if I then didn't follow through. So these are kind of just like a list of things that I can do to feel more connected to that season, things that I just am excited to do, which is related to the season, and just general intentions to try and kind of get my life back on track. because I'm somebody that gives up habits very easily. So when I can kind of set my intentions, it just makes life a lot more easier for me. So I was going with green again because there's probably going to be a lot of green and floral things in my journal over the next month or so. And I recently joined Carrie Draw's Patreon, and she had these really beautiful foam wallpapers that you could download, and she also said that you can print them out and use them for personal use. So I was like, they are going straight into my journal, and I just kind of printed them out onto plain paper, and then I went ahead and just cut them out. I maybe would have done it on sticker paper, but I just kind of forgot, so I just used normal A4 copier paper, and they turned out really nicely. So because this spread is going to have a lot more writing on it, I was mainly decorating around the edges. These collage strips are also from Journal Say, and so is the green washi tape on the top and the bottom. And the lily stickers on the right hand side are also from Journal Say. So I'll link everything down below if you fancy any of those goodies. I was really enjoying just playing around with all of the green stationery and just finding ways to kind of frame the page whilst also trying to use this beautiful artwork and giving myself plenty of space to do lots of writing. So for some of the spring activities that I end up putting down, I really want to make an Easter cake. I'm not somebody who bakes too often, but a time that I really feel inspired to bake is during Easter, because I can make really cute cakes and then put lots of cute Easter chocolates and mini eggs on top. So it's just a time that I really like to do some baking, and I have already made some cupcakes. And then I want to make like a big Easter cake as well. So that was one of the activities. Another one is to go into the forest and do some journaling, because it's just been a bit miserable in the weather recently, so I've not been able to do that. So the next sunny day at the weekend, I want to go into the forest, and I'll also be recording it all, so you'll be able to see that hopefully in the near future. I also really want to go on a picnic, and I said this in my summer intentions and I just never did. So I'm thinking maybe spring is the season that I'm gonna go into the forest and have a really nice picnic, and maybe just do some reading as well. So I want to go and have a little reading session in the forest too. And then my other intention is to just kind of get back onto exercising, because at the start of the year I was doing really well with it and then it's kind of dropped off. But now that the weather is getting better, there isn't really any excuse. So I was just kind of reminding myself that I wanted to get outdoors again, go on my bike rides, go on my runs, and just make the most of the new season and the outdoors, and just enjoying the sunshine that has finally arrived here in the UK. The last thing that I added is I want to get into the garden and just kind of weed a little bit, plant maybe some new flowers. I have also already planted some hyacinths and they are just starting to flower. And then it is time to plant my veggies for the summer, so I want to plant more this year. Last year I kind of just did a whole ton of beans and peas, but I want to expand with some new vegetables. So it is the time in the UK to kind of get all those things planted, ready for the summer. So that is another job that I want to get done. So that's why I added into my journal. So here is the finished second spread, and I just think that the artwork really kind of like makes the whole spread. It brings it all together, and all the stickers that I paired with it just look so nice. And I think the first spread is definitely my favorite though, just because of that one sticker. Honestly, I'm obsessed with it. So I'm really happy with how these came out, and I feel like I'm ready to start the new season. So if you have enjoyed, then make sure to subscribe, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. So bye.